The Hawaiian Comedian presents. I've been doing comedy for over 23 years. And I've been on the road. I've been in different cities. I've been different things like that.
We're here to talk about everything, man. The topics you talk about with your friends, your family, questions you got for us. Twitty in the city.
Aloha.
THC, it's sad, man.
What is? What?
We got spoiled last week. Now I want food every week. This is my thanks. I follow up with just a mug of water.
I'm like lost for words.
I'm blaming you. I came back from vacation, and that's how you treat me.
I know.
Now you got me with just this water.
Yep.
See how you do me?
Why?
You can't tease me like that. Was good.
Now we're gonna get him back in again.
Okay.
We're gonna get him back in again because man, that was
you got me all messed up. I ain't even done the intro right. Look, man.
You went straight into it.
Bro, I'm sad.
You went straight into it.
When we walked in last week, which by the way, you don't know what we're talking about, go check out the last episode. We had Hoagland Meats in here, which by the way, head to hoaglandmeat.com. We got a discount going on right now. If you use promo code THC25, you get 10% off.
10% off.
Now, here's a catcher. Minimum of $40, but it's in your favor because if you spend $40, free delivery. So that's why there's a minimum. We don't want you to, you know how people do that. They do 10%, but then they still got to pay for that because you do the shipping.
Right.
Or the delivering. No. 10%. THC25. Get that 10%. You're spending over $40. Hoagland Meats, they deliver. And like I was stating, I walk up in here, had the smell of a doggone New York steak strip and a doggone ribeye. Just watch. I gotta stop talking about it. I gotta stop talking about it. It's so good.
To be fair too, like I don't know if we mentioned it in the episode when we had when we were tasting the meats. I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but like they can only deliver here.
Yep.
Only here in Idaho, so I apologize for my folks and family and stuff that are California.
You got some people that,
they watched that and like there was a lot of people like, man, can I order that? And I don't know if we had mentioned it or not, but you can't. They can't deliver outside Idaho, so it's all local. It's all local right here.
Yeah.
So if you are right here in the Treasure Valley, outside the
set.
Treasure Valley, if you're in Idaho, you're set.
You're set. So go watch it if you like our food lover and you just want to see the I got to stop talking about it. But hoaglandmeat.com, THC25, make your purchase, $40, get 10% off and free delivery.
Free delivery.
So shout out to them. Need them back. THC, make it happen. Because I'm spoiled now. I'm spoiled.
That's all right.
Gosh,
we're going to have them back in, too. They're going to come back in again. I promise. They'll be back in again.
All I got left with this cup this week. Oh, well. Either way. So we had a lovely guest last week, and we didn't get to talk about, I was on vacation. Mm-hmm. I had went to Mexico. I I ported onto a Carnival Cruise Line out of Galveston, Texas. Boy, having a podcast just keeps things inward that I just wanted to talk to you about, that I observed.
Just the videos and pictures that you brought back. I wish you would have called me. We would have done this like live because you was in the areas and the spots.
I was.
That needs to be on the podcast.
I was.
Because you talk about Twitty in the city. Woo! That's a whole different city right there. That's the city we needed.
I was outside the country. It might be Twitty in the country. Yeah. But so there's some things I observe, and this might take 2 episodes because this is in no particular order. This is just as I was spotting things, I had things I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
So the first one is, have you been on a cruise?
Yes. I was working on the cruise. I was a comedian. I did stand-up. Yeah.
First point. I applaud what you do and how you do it. As just a comedian of who you are in public, but also, so
what happened?
On the cruise, guy comes on stage and he's good, funny, interactive, using the crowd.
Okay.
And
what was his name?
Chris something. I have to go look it up, but it's Chris something. Almost probably like late 40s, early 50s, white guy, like smaller than me a little bit, same height, just a little bit thinner.
Guitar? Did he use a guitar or anything like that?
No guitar.
Okay,
no guitar.
Okay.
But He's on stage, makes this or makes a joke that's appropriate, that this lady from the crowd yells, "Ew, gross." Funny. Then she proceeds to say that after every comment, joke that he stated for his full 35-minute set.
Nobody got her a cup of coffee. Nobody got her some popcorn.
Nobody wanted to, bro.
No. What I'm saying is that's a code word that comedians
that
have.
Type of
yes.
No, which is why I commend him, because he
just went with it.
He went with it because the crowd, we was booing her, and this has nothing to do with. But she was married to another female. She was a lesbian, but it got to the point that I knew this stab was funny. But he had his last straw. So I don't know. She was on her 14th. Ew, gross. And he laughed. And he just puts his hand over the mic. And then he looks, and I forgot the lady's wife's name. But he was like, I can tell y'all must have not done it in a while. Can you just go sit on her face for the next 20, 30 minutes? And the crowd cheered. I wasn't sure if it was because of the joke. Or because it would have got her to shut up.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Because you know what? And there's a lot of things. Being a comedian, like when we're trying to deliver our jokes and we're trying to get, like, everybody is here. Everybody is here. Like, this person paid for their seat. This person paid for their seat. It's not about one individual. And when they try to make it about one individual, yeah, it is. It ruins the whole show like that. So I commend the comedian.
Oh.
For working now, if it was for me, if she was on cue, I would have found a way to make that comment kind of sound like it was a remix.
Yeah.
Like I would make a joke, I would follow it up with the joke or something that would end with her doing that, and all I would have to do was point.
Yeah. It was I cringed because I'm like,
you cringed for him or you cringed because of her?
For him, because there was one time she said it and it sidetracked him just a little bit. But I'm like, girl, this ain't about you.
Bro, don't cringe for him. Don't cringe for him.
Yeah.
Don't at all. This is what we asked for.
Right. And I commend him because except for one hiccup, because she said something and I could tell.
It threw him off?
No, I think he was about to go that route, and he realized where
he was on the boat.
Oh yeah. Because he did that. You do this sometimes. She said like, "Ew, gross," and he said something, and she was like, I can't remember what she said, but he had the microphone in his hand, and if you're her, this is the crowd.
Right.
He was talking. He was like, she said something. He was like, I can't do it, people, and just started laughing. I said he was about to tell her something that she might have.
And you know what? And that could have been done on purpose. Like there are different things and techniques that a lot of comedians use when they're on stage that looks like it's spontaneous.
Yeah,
but it's really like, nah, that's one of their aces in the pocket.
Yeah,
like, and you have different ways to do it. Like if you handling different hecklers, like for me, if you're a heckler and you're in the middle of my show, I'm gonna say something that's gonna embarrass you in the beginning. In the very beginning, you say something to me, I'm gonna come with something at you, right, yeah. Quick, fast, boom. Because I'm gonna let you know I'm running the show right now. I have the mic. I'm on stage. This is my room. People came here to pay their money so that they can come in and laugh, and that's my job. So when I'm going and I get that one person to come now, if that one person ain't shutting up and he's still going, then I go after everybody at his table. All the innocent ones.
Yeah. Because we're going to tell him you need to shut up.
Yes.
Or we going to boot them out.
They're going to check their friends. Because now you going to have that one person sitting at the table like, look, Phil, you need to shut up.
Yep.
You say one more thing about my ears, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yep.
And that's how that you just got to learn how to control it like that. But, you know, sometimes when people do throw it out there, though, there's different things that we can use. Like, you know, if somebody doesn't like a joke, like I watched a comedian one time, if they say the joke and nobody laughs,
yeah.
Like I watched him like be on stage and he'll start talking. He'll be like, da 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 da, bow. And they're like, everybody's quiet.
Yeah, they're quiet.
So he'll reach in his back pocket and he'll pull out a notebook. And there's nothing in the notebook. It's just paper. But he'll open the notebook and he'll flip He'll find that one where it looks like he found that joke, and he'll rip it out, and he'll throw it away, and he'll put his notebook back in his pocket and be like, I ain't using that one no more.
Yeah.
But people would think, like, dude, he really just erased his joke from his... It's like, nah, that was a blank piece of paper.
Yeah.
But there's different tactics that you can use to where you can make it look like, you know what, I was finna just throw everything at you and say something, and then... Because just the realization of if you as an audience member caught that and got that type of definition of what he was doing, where you said, I think he just remembered where he was. Mm-hmm. You fell for hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
He pulled you in. That's what he wanted you.
He got me.
He wanted you to feel that. And that's the sign of a professional comic.
Yeah. I was wanting him to put her in her place. THC, I cannot tell you how annoying it was. So that was one of the things on my list. I literally wrote comedy show and in all caps, thank THC for what he does.
It's hard, man.
Bro, she was just...
And you know what? You know what's crazy? That's one show.
Yes.
The crazy part about doing comedy on a cruise line, the crazy part about doing it is it's the same people.
Yeah.
They don't leave. They're not just, it's not like you will actually have people who will come into these shows, sit there with their arms folded like, let me see if he's going to do the same thing that he did the first show.
Luckily, I did not have another show that I went to of his or anybody else's that she was there.
Oh, okay. Good. She probably got the message.
Because there was two people when we walked out, we said it. We were like, if she's here tomorrow night,
right?
No disrespect to him, I got to get up and walk. Because you're killing my vibe.
Right.
Like, I'm not here for you.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is you take it away from everybody else.
But then I feel bad because I don't want the comedian to think I'm leaving because you suck. It's like, I got less patience than you do. I mean, you got to have patience because you're forced to stay up there.
Let me ask you, as a person watching, as a patron in the audience watching on the other side, a lot of people ask me questions about the comedian on this side. Let me ask you some about the watching on your side.
Yeah.
Now, if you left, would you think we would think that it was because of us?
Yes. And in his case, I think he would know because she was just
100%.
She's just TAC. I'm not making it up. It was like for every half a punchline he was hitting, she was yelling out.
From your view, as a person in the audience, from your view, you're looking at the back of people's heads and maybe our eyes and maybe the performer's eyes, right? Mm-hmm. From our view, we see all of your eyes and we see where you're looking. We can see on your face. We can tell your body language, what your body language is saying, what your thing is. I would know if you stepped out of the room because of me or if you stepped out of the room because you are frustrated.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have stepped and started
body
moving,
language,
and I have done this before where there was a person who was mad because somebody wouldn't shut up. And thank God that the mics were wireless. Because when he was mad, he was like, you know what? I don't want to listen to if this lady's gonna keep talking. And he started to walk. I left the stage. I walked with him. We both went outside of the club. We were standing by the door, and since the microphone was still wireless, we was talking to people. The show was us outside, so people started to come outside.
Yeah.
And now the owner's like, what the hell? And it's like, well, dude, if you're gonna and that's another thing too. Is sometimes owners they won't bail us out. They won't do anything because these are people that are paying.
Yeah.
So they're like, yo, you just got to take it. You just got to take it.
Yeah, they're buying drinks. They're buying whatever.
But there are some clubs that you can tell them and you can say, hey, can we get this person a cup of coffee? Can we get them some popcorn?
And
which means, yep, that person, you'll see somebody come down. Ralphie May, when he used to do stand-up comedy, he was notorious for taking a seat. If somebody started heckling him, he'd take a seat and he wouldn't move. We ain't doing nothing until that person disappears.
That's bold. But yeah, that was at the top. That's the only one that I put at the top of my list. I was like, I got to thank him because that was, it was just so mean.
It's hard.
He was great. And he was great. I saw him the next day. And it probably wasn't
like his last show. He probably had more shows to do. And this
was day one of a 6-day cruise.
Woo.
So that's why I was like, I went back. She wasn't there. He was still as funny, had new jokes, was more clever, more raw the later the nights it got. But that first night, I was just like, if she's here every night,
you got to have between an hour and a half to 2 hours of material.
Yeah.
You got to have that. Like you just
it's crazy. So yeah, I had to give you that thanks. Switching on a way different topic.
Are we on vacation or are we still on it?
No. So this is all vacation.
Okay.
This is things that I saw that was a part of the experience that I liked. And these are just things I just was like, I gotta ask somebody.
Okay.
Second one, plumber's crack. just having it out there. Okay,
how much plumber's crack did you see when you was out there?
So much.
Or was it everybody almost?
Not every, but just so much I didn't want to see.
Belt or no belt?
No belt. No belt.
No belt is the reason why that happens.
But it was no belt, but it was mainly with people in swim trunks. So here's my question. And I talked to my wife about this.
Okay.
Because she was like, well, honey, they might just have a flat butt. No, everybody isn't fit like you. I said, it ain't about being fit. I can feel when my crack is exposed.
Yes.
So we're talking, if this is their butt, this is their crack. Mm-hmm. We're not talking like, oh, it's just that little hair at the top. We're talking like, I can almost see your asshole.
Okay.
And you just acting like.
Yeah, can't feel it.
Like how you bent over?
No, you can't feel it.
What?
Nah.
You don't feel that, Bree?
Bro, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you about having a flat ass since I got one of them, okay? Now, my ass used to have that little bump because I used to run all the time.
Wait.
I was in the military. Hold on now.
No, I just got...
You got a nice little bump on your butt for now. Hold on, listen, when it goes flat, because listen, you're going to have this angle. It's an angle like this, right?
By the way, this is going to be the last question, and we're going to have a part 2, because I got 5 others. I know this is going to last.
Here's your back. Your back is flat, and then you come to your ass, and it boom, it bumps out, right? Some of us don't have that bump. So that wind, right back. Yeah, oh yeah, right back. Go, right back. You ain't feeling like that. It's nothing. That's what you don't feel it. The only time you felt it was because it went up this crevice. You made a crevice. It's like the wind on the side of a cliff. You know what I mean? The wind on the side of the cliff. You ain't gonna feel no. It's nothing. Right by it.
Stop.
Right by
it.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. And you know what's funny is I used to think like you.
No.
I used to think like you until I was like, something don't feel right. Like it feels like the back wallet is down too far. So like the wallet in my back pocket is like down too far. And I look back there and I'm like, man, what? My ass like you lose that sensor, bro.
No.
It's gone. Yeah.
So I just bro.
When you hit the age of 50 like I am and your butt goes straight down, we're gonna have another podcast.
No.
We're gonna sit down, you're gonna look me dead in the face and be like, Sean, right past, right? Like an alleyway. Just
I can't.
Straight by.
I cannot accept that answer.
You're gonna have to.
You're
gonna have to.
I know I got to, because you know what's crazy? Everybody looked like they was over 50 and had a flat ass and that they plumber was out.
Yes.
No.
Never did you see one that had a bump, right? And it was down because they was like, oh, I got to pick it up. Yeah, because they can feel that little crevice does everything. It's like having a spoiler. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a spoiler on your trunk. Like if you have it there, it's gonna push the back of the car down. But when it's gone, it just breathes right over the back of the trunk.
No.
Yeah. Think about it. When you put a spoiler on the back of a car, right? That wind hits it, it pushes the back of the car down. Correct?
I'm saying no.
You take the spoiler off, and what happened?
I don't want.
Straight across, good aerodynamic, right there. Whoop, no resistance.
That makes so much sense, but that's
That's the only thing I could think of.
No.
That's the only thing I could think of. The wind just right past. You don't even know the wind blowing. It's like a wall.
So it ain't because it's because they can't. They
really can't physically feel it. They can't feel it. At all.
Come on, man.
No, that's what happens.
Come on.
Then give me another reason why they still like that. You can't. Besides, they just need to wear a belt.
Damn it, that makes too much sense.
And it's harder to put on a belt when you got a flat ass too. That's hard too. That's why I love suspenders. See, that's what I'm saying. You just telling me that on your trip, everybody needed suspenders.
Yeah, they really did.
If they had suspenders, none of them.
They really did.
None of them.
Any suspender companies out, they need to make waterproof suspenders because there was a lot of swim trunk cracks.
I still have mine on. I wear suspenders every day.
Dog, I did not want to hear that. That made sense.
That's probably why I went to suspenders, because my ass went flat.
and you didn't want to be that person. But look at this crack. Look at this crack. Look at this crack.
Exactly.
Because it was bad. Like we talking hairy cracks was out, bumpy cracks. Like
and it's bad.
It's bad.
Bad.
And I literally just hunched over, just all out, and it's pale and the sun's out. I'm like, ooh, you're going to have a red spot by the end of the day.
How many people you seen scratching?
Oh. Which was the other thing. I'm like, how you scratching and you got access to your crack and you ain't got the sense to pull? I can understand.
Man, you a street vendor.
America, I can understand after THC's philosophy of why you have a plumber's crack. But if you back there scratching, you need to know.
You should know where
pull up.
Yeah, you should know where the water line is.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah,
No, there was some plumber crack all out, scratching and don't adjust. I'm like, come on, man. Like you, that's beyond age. That's just I don't give a damn.
That is that's
Which,
straight.
You on a
that's
cruise?
straight. I'm not. Yeah,
you on the cruise?
they paid the money.
But
hold on. These were the people on the boat.
Yes.
Oh, these were.
That's why I had to write it down.
I thought these were when you like went to all these different villages and towns and things like that, which I could understand because you know what I'm saying? Like, but like these were the people who were actually that paid money.
This is paid money. So they're on Lido deck by that pool, 9 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Crack out till 5 p.m. And I have came and gone, got a drink, got food, came back, and same crack still out, same position. And then got left hand back there scratching, right hand back there scratching.
If it's me, I would have to figure out a way to like talk to one of them and I would have just asked them. I would have actually got an answer.
See, I feel like
from somebody who was doing it.
After what you just explained to me, I feel like you got to be in that group to be able to ask that.
Nope, you don't. You don't.
Because I'm like, they're going to look at me.
I am in that group, and if you approach me and ask me, I would just like you asked me now, you just asked a flat-ass guy. So I just gave you that straight. But that's what you could have asked me. That'd been no problem. Anybody could have walked up and been like, why is it? I'm like, you know why? Because the wind just blows right by that. You don't even feel it. There's nothing. There's no resistance.
So much sense.
There's no reason. You got that bloop, got that bloop. That's what feels it. It's a spoiler.
They need to teach a class about getting old.
It's a spoiler.
They need to teach a class on things to just be prepared. Mm-hmm. You know what? I always said this, a little sidetrack, but then we're going to wrap it up. I've always said at a certain age you should retake the driving test. At a certain age, they should have a class on like clothing.
They should have a class on a lot of things at a certain age.
There should be a requirement, like at a certain age, especially for guys, we got to have suspenders. It should be like a part of your retirement package.
It comes in a whole little bag.
Yeah.
You get a whole little bag that says welcome.
Your retirement starter kit. Regular suspenders, water suspenders.
Wool socks.
Probably going to go Nikes or not Nike. Yeah, New Balance or Skechers.
Because they got that arch.
Yep.
They got that arch support in there with the sketch.
By the way, anybody that takes this idea, I just want 5%. I'm cheap. I'll take 5% of this idea. Hey. There needs to be an old person starter kit.
Beanies.
Everything.
Glasses, 2 types of glasses. You're going to have sunglasses and reading glasses. It's a whole big kit.
It's a legit kit. Because I would have thought this guy's he just likes having his crack out.
He might too.
See?
But I don't think that's why. I don't think
think so.
Because for it to be that many of them,
it was a lot.
For it to be that many of them, no, there's something psychological.
Lot.
And how many of them were flat?
Every last one of them. Every freaking they're not even a little
yeah,
not just literally
no
flat.
Speed bump, nothing. Just
they could have laid on the ground, would have been just a smooth surface,
like a
flat.
Okay,
I'm like straighter than this table,
and that's why they can't feel it,
man.
That's why they can't feel it. Tell me, because the only time like people that had that ass when they got it like that, they can feel that wind stay in that little cup area.
You're right. I can attest.
Because that's the first place their hand goes when they feel that wind is in that little cup area between your ass and your back.
But when you ain't got no cup.
No, when the cup is gone, that wind blow right past
You're just like, ooh, that's a little tickle.
Yeah, that wind go, whoop. Was there ass there? There wasn't no ass there. I didn't see nothing there.
Oh, man. All right. There's going to be a part 2. I only got to 2 out of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might be a 3-parter. I got 6 questions on here.
Cool.
6 questions. Vacation with Twitty. If you was on the shit with me, yep, you should have known. I'm talking about you. I didn't get names. I don't remember names, but just know y'all out there. So
he just knows what your ass crack looks like.
I did not want to know that. Until next time. Oh, I got to start saying this. Don't forget. OaklandMeat.com. Go get your meat. Why? Because if you put in promo code THC number 25, you get 10% off. $40 minimum. Why? Because if it's $40 or more, free delivery. Look at that. So I'm Twitty. That's THC. Vacation with Twitty Part 2. I don't know what this man's gonna.
Oh, it's gonna be
on.
crazy.
I might have to get rid of some of these.